By the light of the sun, by the depth of the moon, by the flame of the wand, and by the pentacle of earth, I call upon the guides of wisdom, the ancestors of the craft, and the holy guardian angel. Guide us now through the stations of the dove and serpent. Reveal what is hidden, that we may transform it into light. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. In this reading, we walk the path of the dove and serpent spread, an 11-fold journey of transformation. Each position reveals a unique aspect of your journey, alternating between the essence of your being and the events that shape your destiny. Remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a 9 of Swords. Don't freak out. This is not a terrible card. It can be, okay? This reveals sort of our current dilemma, okay? Our current state, yeah. And this is a card of suffering. This is a card of saying, I'm not happy. This isn't a bad place to start, though, to realize that maybe I'm not happy about something. Maybe there's something in my life that I want to change. Maybe this is what I need to get motivated now. Maybe this is what I need to say, wait a minute. I don't want to stay in this place. I don't want to be here doing what I'm doing. I need something more. I need something different, something better. And I deserve something better. Sometimes this is a card that says we're not sleeping well at night. What is it when you close your eyes at night to go to sleep? What is it that is bothering you? This might be a card that says I haven't been sleeping well. There's been some nagging thought or some dream, something that's waking me up in the middle of the night. And what is it? Okay. This reveals the kind of the driving force. You know, what is motivating you right now? Well, it's this: I don't want to suffer. I want to improve the quality of my life. What drives me is transforming a 9 of Swords into a 9 of Cups. What drives me is to take where I am and say, I don't want to stay here in this position. I want to grow. I want to become. I want to evolve. I want to improve the quality of my life. I want to alleviate suffering for myself and for others around me. This is a heck of a motivator. You know, I think this is a great card to get as the first card in our message today. Okay. You're not here by accident. Okay. This message is meant for you. Let's put this into a little bit of context. Okay. See what is unfolding next. We have a 3 of Pentacles. Sure. We have a 2 of Cups. We have a 10 of Pentacles. We have the Sun card. Very good. And we have a Queen of Pentacles. We have a 2 of Wands. We have a Queen of Swords. We have the Devil energy. And we have the Art or Temperance card. Card of transformation, the card of the pressure cooker, the card of the blacksmith's anvil. Okay. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right over here with Dwight K. Schrute right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, so watch until the end, all right? That card will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now, as we look around the room, we're going to dive into this mystery, okay? We've got major arcana. You've got a little bit of fire. You got a little bit of water. You got some air. Yeah. And you have earth cards. 1, 2, 3 earth cards. 1, 2, 3 earth cards. On the horizontal plane, your physical earthly life. Okay? We're getting back to work. Position 2, the battle position. the battlefield, shows us where we need to put in the work, okay? So this is the card of work. Yeah, it's something that we need to continue to develop the skills, the attitudes, the thoughts and feelings, the behaviors necessary to alleviate the suffering. We're putting in work to better our lives, okay? And so this is your quest. This is where we're growing. This is where we're fighting. This is where we're transforming, okay? And I think it's something on the physical plane. It's either something to do with your health and well-being. Maybe it's your physical fitness goals. Maybe this is the work that we've got to do on the physical plane in terms of, exercise, intentional eating. Maybe this is something on the financial plane. Maybe this is something regarding work or career. But we're doing the hard work. We understand the process. Right? 3 of Pentacles is, do you recognize what it's going to take for you to get out of this 9 of Swords position? And the 9 of Swords is literally just where we are right now. Whatever state of it, maybe you're living a wonderful life right now. The 9 of Swords is the recognition that I don't want to stay here. And if I want to improve my life in any way, if I want to improve myself, if I want to grow, I have to put in the work right now to make that happen. If you don't have any goals, fine, maybe this isn't the reading for you. The 9 of Swords is where we start. The 9 of Cups is the process of transformation. It's the process of growth. It's the process of pursuing our happiness, alleviating suffering, living the dream, right? In some ways, the 9 of Swords is like living the nightmare, yeah? And I think that really what that is trying to say is that we don't want to remain where we are. No matter how good our life is, we're always working toward more evolution, more growth, progress, to alleviate the suffering. Maybe it's time for you to put in work to alleviate suffering in other areas of your life, or to give back to other people, or to improve the quality of life for others, right? To be of service. Maybe that's part of what's going on here too. Maybe, we're realizing that, I can't really be fully happy if the people around me are suffering. Yeah. So 3 of Pentacles here is asking us, where do we need to put in the work to transform our life from the Swords to the Cups? Where do we need to give back, perhaps? Do we know what it's going to require to get to the goals that we want? Again, 9 of Swords is saying, I want to improve my life. From however it is now, I want it to get better, And so this might be a very subtle difference. Maybe your life is already fantastic. And so to make it a little bit better is like, it's really going to be about splitting the hairs. It's really just one little tweak, to make it better. It could be that we're really feeling like a legit 9 of Swords right now, and we're saying, I don't like this. I got to do something about it. It's going to take blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to take cooperation. It's going to take work. Okay? If we put in the work, we'll transform the 9 of Swords into the 9 of Cups. Beneath the surface is the love. This is what's in your soul, right? Position 3 is the soul position, reveals your unconscious drives, your private self, reveals kind of the soul's desire, right? Or what your soul mission is right now, your soul path. And it's love. It's union. It's healing. It's connection. It's being of service. It is giving and receiving love and affection. It's super gluing the world back together again. Right? Feels like that is your soul's mission right now, is to heal yourself and others, to be of service, to help other people, to help yourself, to work toward the manifestation and the spreading of love, positive vibrations, gratitude, support, encouragement. Okay. I feel like you want everybody to live their best lives. I feel like you're somebody that cares about other people. You're probably an empath. Yeah. Your soul's path right now, your soul's mission is to heal and to grow, to love, to support. Okay, Sometimes this card is an urge to merge. It's kind of like, I don't know, there's a real hope here. Because it feels like even if something is less than perfect, the Nine of Swords is less than perfect, we have the love, we have that feeling, that desire inside of us to do everything we can to transform it, to create it into something better. It's your love for yourself, it's your love for the divine, it's your romantic love, it's your platonic love, it's your altruism, your higher spiritual love that says, I want everybody to heal. I want everybody to feel better about life. And I'm going to do whatever I can, even if it's just really small things, whatever work I can do to help make the world a better place. Okay? This is a wellspring of love for you. Yeah. And that's seeking expression. The work that you're going to do is going to be, it's going to be the work of love in some way. Okay? Even if it's something like art, being an artist, or if it's something like cooking, feeding people, you're putting love into it. You're doing it because of love, right? Whatever your work is right now. Now, in the fourth position, this is the dwarf position. This is something behind you that's still pushing you forward. It could be that there is really a lot of resources available to you, okay? This is a card of wealth. And this might be that, hey, you know what? I've accomplished a lot in my life, but I want to do more, but in a different way. Okay. This is the card of perhaps a finish line. Yeah. But perhaps this is the card that really says we're not sure where to begin. Because this, to me, a 10 is kind of the base of the mountain. You know, it's wide at the base. There's a lot of options, a lot of possibilities, a lot of different things I could do. A lot of different paths that'll all lead to the goal, the summit of the mountain, which is, of course, the sun. The sun's up there at the top of the hill, right? And that's success, that's joy, that's togetherness, that's like really just, it's perfection, it's bliss, you know. And so the base of the mountain, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of different paths that I can take, and I don't know perhaps which one is right for me. And I think that part of your Three of Pentacles is about you figuring out where you're going to be most useful. Yeah. I don't know where to begin. Maybe you're somebody that has tried a lot of different careers, a lot of different paths, a lot of different ideas, a lot of different vocations. You're like, I know that I want to like make the world a better place. I know I want to contribute. I know I want to like leave a dent on the universe, you know. Shout out to Chris Reck. But how? What do I do? What's for me? What's the right path for me? Maybe you've had a lot of false starts. Okay, kind of choosing your vocation. You know you have a calling. That is love calling, right? But I don't know how it's gonna manifest. Yeah, and that's okay. Maybe you've tried a lot of different things. I feel like you're trying another thing now. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're not someone who's meant for just one path, one way only. I've got one skill, one talent, and that's my service to the world. Maybe you're somebody that's meant to do a lot of different things as your heart sort of guides you. Yeah. But I think the last thing we want to do is to be so worried about which path to take that we end up not really climbing the mountain at all. You know, it doesn't really matter which path you take. They all lead up here to the giant, that big sun at the top here. This is the driving force, the dominant motivation, right? This is your true self. This is you being a star. This is you being a source of light and life and love. This is you shining, you know, out in the world and being a conduit for whatever spiritual force is coming through you. This is your true self, radiant and luminous. The spiritual energy is radiating from you. You can't help it. You know, you're somebody who really is, you're a beacon of light for the rest of us. And I think it's important that you find as many ways to express this as you can. You don't have to just be one. Why limit yourself to one pathway? Do as many things as you can, maybe not all at once. Okay. This is kind of like, this is empowering you. You know that you're meant for great things. You know that you're capable of so much. It's just a matter of focus. It's a matter of finding the right path or several paths. And in a way, it's if all roads lead to Rome, just start walking, and you'll get there. All rivers lead to the ocean, right? Just get on one of them. Yeah. And it's okay if we start things and we stop and we switch to different paths, because the world is still benefiting from your engagement, from your activity, from your offerings, from the light that's radiating from you. Yeah. See, we don't really know the path of the sun. The sun has its own trajectory through the universe. It's not just sitting in place. The sun is hurtling through time and space, just like the rest of us, has its own cosmic path. But us here, we don't know what that path is. But we're still benefiting from that sun. Okay? And you are the sun. You are the star. I think this is a card of success and joy and happiness. It's kind of like saying, it doesn't matter what you do physically with your life, what road you're on, or what job you have. What matters is that you feel like you are expressing the best version of yourself, that you're shining your light, that you're letting something flow through you, that you're being true and authentic to your spiritual self. It doesn't matter if you change jobs, you do this or that, you find one path, maybe a different path at some other time. This is real joy and real success. And this is health, this is wealth. Okay. I think the real reward is to be able to shine your light in the world. Okay. And so there is something that is calling you to the top of the mountain, whatever, and this is really your true self. Yeah. I think you're someone who is quite ambitious, very creative. I think you like to be of service. You're someone focused on family and spiritual growth and focused on love. And this kind of represents that warmth and that glow that you want to be. You are that radiant sun that other people want to be next to. People feel a warmth and a light coming from you, and it comforts them. And I think that's a very good thing. Now, in the future position 6, the imago, this is a reflection. The queens are always looking at the past. The queens are all about endings, you see. And the queens are always, they represent the different ways that people experience the ending of something. Yeah. Like the Queen of Cups may experience a long emotional ending. That the endings for the Queen of Cups is a very long, drawn-out process of a lot of feelings, a lot of processing, a lot of feelings, right? The Queen of Wands ends things very abruptly. They like endings to be like a Band-Aid, just rip it right off, right? Where the Queen of Cups is kind of slowly peeling the Band-Aid off. The Queen of Pentacles, however, it doesn't really care if the Band-Aid is coming off slow or fast, wants to understand the mechanics of it, wants to understand how it affected other people, really, right? What sort of the cause and effect of things. And this is in your future position. So I think the next steps for you, the actions for you to take, are for you to look back at the long and winding road of your life and see how you've already had a major impact on the people around you, how you have sort of manifested your money, finances, what effect you've had on relationships, okay? What goals you've already sort of worked on, what benefit you've already been to this world. What dents have you already left on the universe? What marks have you already left, right? And to appreciate that, to appreciate yourself. The long and winding road. See, this card's looking back at the past, that long and winding road back there. To understand kind of where we've come from, where we've been, the work that we've already done. We may be experiencing a 9 of Swords and saying, I haven't done enough. I'm not good enough. My life isn't enough. It's not big enough. I haven't helped enough people, or I haven't expressed myself enough, or we're always going to feel as if I haven't done enough. But Spirit wants you to look back and think you've done a lot. May never feel like enough because you have all this love in you. You have this infinite supply of love, of creativity, of aspiration, right? But in the physical world, in our human life, we'll always feel like I have regrets. Sometimes this card is about our future self looking back and thinking, all the things I didn't do, all the people I didn't help, all the things I didn't accomplish, all the suffering that's still there that I didn't get to fix, right? But I think what Spirit wants you to do is to not look back and feel things that way, but to look at all the good that you have done, all the ways that you have helped other people, all the pets that you've loved, all the people that you've loved, all the plants that you've grown, all the ways that you have been an absolute blessing in this world. Okay, so like I said, this card is about how things end, about how we experience the endings of something. And I don't necessarily feel that anything is really ending for you, or that you have to sort of look at a particular ending, because it kind of feels like things are continuing. Maybe you're feeling particularly nostalgic about a job that you've had, or a relationship that you've had. Maybe I kind of feel like it's a relationship with a job, or some kind of a vocation, or a career, or some activity. Sort of looking back at that and wishing we could have done more, but learning to appreciate how much we did do, and learning to recognize the positive effects that we've had on the world already. Even if things aren't perfect, even if we're feeling kind of worried about the future, or we're feeling unsure, or we're feeling inadequate, feeling a little miserable sometimes. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe when you close your eyes at night, you're just thinking of all the ways that we've failed. The Spirit wants you to look at all the ways that you've succeeded, all the ways that you have made a difference already. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Yeah. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, your persona is position 7. It's the 2 of Wands. And this is the sort of the way other people see you right now. And this is someone who is in control, right? And this is somebody who is kind of a dominating energy. This is somebody that knows how to say no. Yeah. And I wonder if right now in your life you're feeling, or not even feeling, but other people are sort of experiencing you as someone who's not really approachable. Because this is kind of like maybe there's a frustration, right? Some aspect of ourselves that other people see, but we don't always see. Yeah. And maybe this is, people look at you as somebody who is kind of hard, or people think that you, perhaps take things too seriously. Or people feel that you have an intensity about you that makes you a little bit unapproachable, difficult to get close to, maybe. Okay. I think that you probably project this image of being a very strong leader, to put it in a nice way, and maybe a little bit dominant in your life. You're someone people don't want to mess with. You're somebody, people, if you say something, if you give a command, people are going to listen to you, right? I feel like you have stature. And I feel like people don't want to say no to you. People feel like there's a, I don't know, it feels like a hardness. Yeah. And I don't think that you really are all that hard, but on the outside it sort of looks that way, right? This is inside, this is outside, yeah. And so I think people see a very strong leader, but they don't really know that you're doing it because you care, you're doing it because you love everybody, you want everybody to succeed, but you might be right now, your persona might be a little bit strict, right? Maybe strict is the way to go with that. So we might just want to look at that. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that. It's a pretty good quality to have. You're disciplined, you're focused, you're strong, and you're assertive, and you're confident. But it might sort of influence people to not try to get so close to you, or to be even a little bit afraid to approach you sometimes, right? Even though this is kind of what we're aspiring to be, I want to be warm and welcoming. I think people that know you, they truly feel your warmth and your light and your comfort, right? And then there are some people that sort of are afraid to get too close to you, right? Maybe we don't get too close to the sun, right? We'll get burned, kind of thing. The next card is the position 8. This is the shadow, uncovers what might be hidden in the shadows, right? And there are events and relationships in your life right now that do feel rather detached, right? This is a Queen of Swords. This is also a card that talks about endings, right? The Queen of Swords, we talked about the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords is trying not to be emotional about the ending, is trying to see the ending as being something very logical and very necessary, and kind of seeing the sequence of events, trying to understand something intellectually, trying to separate ourselves from the emotions and understand why things have to happen the way they happen. Okay? Or the Queen of Cups is just in the emotions. Queen of Cups is saying, I feel this way about this ending, and I'm gonna absorb that for as long as I can. I'm gonna feel those feelings until they fade away, and then I'll move on. This is the card that tries not to feel the feelings and rather tries to see the logic in the thing, right? Two people leaving a movie theater, right? The Queen of Cups will just be all in the feelings, how that movie made me feel and how that's changed me and how I felt about the different characters and all this. And the Queen of Swords is going to leave the movie theater thinking, okay, well, what happened there with that plot twist, and what was that time travel stuff, and how was this, trying to figure out all the puzzles of the thing, very, very detached from the emotions, just trying to kind of solve the thing, And sometimes I think we see other people as being emotionally detached, and they're just kind of seeing the logic of things, and they're not really, they're not understanding the deeper significance of things or the feeling tone. I think you're a very feeling person. I think that you're very in touch with how you feel. And I don't think people always know that about you. And so we're looking at other people and thinking they might be a little detached from their feelings and taking things too literally. Maybe we sort of do that too, not really knowing. I think there's opportunities here for you to really connect with people in a major way. And maybe it's through this work activity. Maybe we feel like we go through a lot of different jobs and things. We never really get close to the people that we work with. We've had a lot of jobs over the years, but have we made a lot of deep, close friends, right? And so, I feel that we mask our emotional sensitivity sometimes. Yeah. But this card reveals kind of what's happening around you that is sort of provoking some of your shadow qualities. Yeah. And I think that sometimes it's, in a way, it's sort of provoking this part of our persona that we may not be aware of. We see people as taking things too literally or being too detached from their emotions, and it sort of frustrates us a little bit. And maybe this is people that don't take things very seriously, but you're taking things very seriously. And so this creates an interesting sort of work dynamic. Yeah. The next card is that Devil card. This is the fear, the worry, the concern. This is the anxiety that we might feel. The Spectre, position 9. And the Devil card is a lone mountain goat. Okay. And to me, if we're taking the horizontal physical cards, the pentacles, the devil is kind of our worry that we're going to be working this particular path that we're going to be doing our work out in the world, but we're going to be doing it alone. That we're going to be seen as somebody who is just ambitious in the material world, that isn't sensitive, that isn't luminous, that isn't connected, and doesn't have this love and this desire and all of this, the aspiration. Just somebody who is kind of a materialist, even, right? And I think that's the biggest fear, is that we'll go through life being of service to the world and trying to do our very best to help everybody, and we'll still find ourselves not really connected with anybody, right? The lone mountain goat trying to get to the top of the mountain. People might see you as being just very, very ambitious and not someone that really wants friends or family or connections or love or, but you do. But people don't always know that about you. And so we are sort of afraid of just being seen as this lone mountain goat that just wants to get to the top of the mountain and doesn't care about anything else. We don't want to be seen as being just aloof or, or too literal or too materialistic. And so I think this is a real thing. We want to make connections with people. We want to let other people see this, the more spiritual side of us. We want to do the spiritual work here, right? We're doing the physical human work. We're doing the job. We're doing the, whatever the career or the vocation is. We're putting in the physical work, but we want people to also kind of experience the spiritual side of things too, and to know that we're more than just one. We're not one-dimensional, I guess. Yeah. This is a very ambitious card, this Devil card. Okay. It's also kind of, somebody you don't want to mess with, right? Now, position 10 is the Destiny. And this is the card of transformation. This is a card of blending together, I think, the spiritual path and the material path. So what you're being guided into is finding a path that's going to be the best of both worlds. It's going to be something that feels like spiritual work, but it's having a material effect. So finding a place where you can be of service, you can make connections, you can radiate your light, you can be the love and feel the love that you have inside of you that's making itself manifest in the external world. So this to me feels like a blending of the spiritual path and the material path, the human path, the vertical and horizontal here. Okay. And so maybe we're finding a way to, we're picking a career or a job or a path that's going to feel like it has spiritual benefits to it, or that it's making a difference, something that's going to lead to connections and love and the alleviation of suffering, yeah, and finding an outlet for that. Yeah, the blending of both worlds here. And so I think this is good. I think this is kind of how we're being guided and what choices we need to make. Yeah, that we need to align our physical work with our spiritual purpose in some way, so that we're planting seeds that are going to have benefits for everybody in a way, right? So think about how we might make choices that will have the physical benefit for us and for other people, but that also are in line with our deeper spiritual goals. Now, let's look at the mystery card. Okay, let's uncover this mystery card together. This is position 11. This is the guide. And this card is all about what Spirit is trying to tell you. This is your higher self. This is your inner teacher, your deepest wisdom. And it shows the character qualities that we may have to develop in order to walk the path ahead. So I feel like this should be a 6 of something. It should be some sort of togetherness, maybe a 6 of Pentacles. Finding the right venue where it feels like you can be part of something greater than yourself, and you can be of service, and you can make a real difference in the world, right? And people will kind of, you'll be able to connect with people, and they'll see that you care and that you want that. I'm thinking 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, or Empress maybe. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. The Three of Pentacles again, inverted Three of Pentacles, which is interesting because then you have the three, we have the upright Three of Pentacles and the inverted Three of Pentacles. What does that create? A Six of Pentacles, right? So I guess I'm kind of right after all. And so this is really about us finding the right kind of work that's going to resonate with our spiritual goals. It's easy to go find a job, right? But finding a job that then it feels like you're making a difference. It feels like you're helping people. It feels like you're part of something that's something good, something, you know, like part of a team that's really doing something important. Okay, on whatever scale you need to look at it. Finding the right situation for yourself. Making the choice that's gonna give you that feeling, I'm doing something I care about. I'm doing something that really makes a difference in the world. That's helping somebody. It doesn't have to be healthcare. It doesn't have to literally be of service. It can be quite indirect. You know, I was doing data entry for a while, and I would look at it as I'm helping somebody. You know, I'm helping these people. Their data that I'm entering into the computer, I'm helping them do something. They don't know it. It's very indirect, and maybe it was a stretch, but I was helping somebody, right? And so I feel like you have something that you want to give back to humanity, this love that you have. You want to be of service here. And so a 3 and a 3, 6 of Pentacles, success. Finding where you belong, finding your tribe, finding your group, finding the right company to work for, the right people to work with, where you feel like you're making a difference and you're contributing. So let this message find your heart. Each card is a mirror, each station is a temple of transformation, alternating between who you're becoming and the world you're creating. Remember, the tarot does not dictate your future. It reveals the patterns of possibilities. It invites you to co-create your destiny. If this reading has illuminated your soul path, share your reflections down below. Together we journey onward, ever upward and ever inward. And we're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Taurus on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.